we brush our teeth every morning and every night before we go to bed, almost without thinking about it, right?
Okay, yeah.
Now, if you had to go a week without brushing your teeth, you think you know it?
Why would I have to go a week without brushing my teeth?
Just, you wouldn't.
Yes, I would definitely know it.
You'd know
You
it.
would know it too.
Oh, yeah. How would you know?
I could taste it. I could feel it.
But that first day,
you could smell it.
That first day, you might not notice it, huh?
I think you could taste it for sure.
But it's possible that it could be something that you overlook if you're just so busy and you're running. Golly, I forgot to brush my teeth. Possibly.
Anything's possible.
Let's talk about it. I'm James Lee.
And I'm Tasha Lee.
And we are Elevate Marriages. We are marriage advocates. 20 years together. Living, breathing examples of God's love of a marriage union that can work. Not flawless by any stretch of the imagination, but we're truly, truly blessed in what we have. And we're here to share that with you. The challenges, hurdles to overcome, anything that God has given to us, we feel we want to share with you to help you through your marriage relationship. And that's what we are. We don't tend to be anything more than just vessels to be used to spread the word of great marriage. Amen. Can I get an amen?
You can. Amen. We always say that marriage does not come with a manual. You don't get anything to say, this is what you do as a wife. This is what you do as a husband, to make this thing work. Unfortunately, we didn't get it. So what we try to do is come as close to a little manual or a guide based on our own experiences to help you through it all. So we don't take this lightly. We're very honored to be able to be before you today. And if we can help in any way, if you'd like us to be your marriage mentors, or you have some suggestions about our videos, or just lately we have been just getting words of encouragement. I just appreciate that so much. You got a good word you want to share with us, please send it to us at the leads at elevatemarriages.com.
One more time, give it to me.
The leads at elevatemarriages.com. Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Okay, now about this not brushing your teeth.
Yeah. It was an example.
I don't understand where the example was going though.
It was an example because what I'm getting at, right? You can get so complacent, I guess, in going through the motions that motion, if you miss something, you might not notice it right away. You just may step over it. Maybe you brush your teeth in that morning and you don't brush them that night, right? Or vice versa. But eventually,
what an example.
You know what I'm saying? You'll get to the point to where it's like, man, my teeth feel like sandpaper.
Sandpaper.
Yeah, you get a little thick on there.
Oh, but you come in for that sugar and you be like, hold on.
Feels like refills. It's. I digress. Anywho, it can get to the point to where you notice, man, I have not brushed my teeth. And
you yourself notice. Right?
You can notice. Now when you start to notice.
It's too late.
No, it's too late.
It's too late.
Everybody's talking about you, man. Everybody, they done send text messages and you can pass the phone. Hey man, let me see y'all phone. See what y'all talking about. You are in the thread. You better believe. If you realize it. Yeah.
It's too late. It's too late.
They always tell you when you start to smell yourself.
Right.
Oh, bro, it's far gone. It
over.
is far gone. But nevertheless, you get to that point where you notice it, right? You hope that you notice it. Because if you don't, it can start to affect everyone around you. And everyone around you will, of course, see or smell, shall I say, that uncommon fragrance coming from your...
Fragrance, you mean funk, right?
Yeah, whatever you want to call
stank.
it. Yeah.
Okay.
I was trying to keep it.
Fragrance.
You know.
He was being so sweet.
So what we're getting at here is, excuse me, you can get to a point in your marriage where you do the same things all the time. You go to the same places all the time. Sexually, you might do the same thing all the time. And what you don't realize in that monotony where you're just kind of going on and on and on, there's little things that you're missing. You miss the connection that maybe you once have with your spouse. You might miss some conversation that you might have with your spouse.
You miss some cues.
Yeah, some those little subtle
good or
hints.
bad.
Right,
Mm-hmm.
those little subtle hints that you can get. And before you know it, you're just two separate individuals existing as, unfortunately, roommates.
And bad roommates at that. Because you are paying, I guess, the mortgage or the bills together and all of that, but you're not really talking. You're not really having a good time.
Right.
You just occupying space.
Who wants that?
Not in a marriage for sure, because I didn't sign up to be a roommate. I don't want to be someone's roommate. I want there to be a connection. That's the benefit of being married, that I
Right.
am connected to him in some way, that we are having meaningful conversations. We are, I don't know, just connected, and I don't just mean that in an intimate way, or as far as intimacy, as far as sexually, because of course that's included, but intimately too, that I'm touching him, I'm, just really connecting on something more than just the day-to-day good morning and good night.
Right, because I think people, you almost forget, you almost stop trying. You know what I'm saying? It's you're married, right? Maybe when you started dating, you put all the extra effort, you put out all the stops, and to win her heart, fellas. All the extra little ideas and extra little things that you do for her. After you get married, and then you kind of stop doing it. You don't say those kind of words to her like you used to. Maybe you don't, go and grab her on the butt or kiss her on the neck or anything like that. And then life takes over and you're just working. You come home, you sleep, get up, go back to work. Maybe you'll watch a TV show or something together, but it starts to become just going through the motions. Not that it has to be anything terrible, but it's also nothing fresh.
Right, because you're not arguing anymore, or you're not arguing, period. You seem to be coexisting just fine, but again, with no connection. Those love letters or special meals or date nights, all of that has become far few in between, because you were doing it a lot initially, and talk about before you got married, you probably were doing it a whole lot. And when you first got married too, that little newlywed phase, as they call it, but all of that has started to just again be far few in between, and now you're starting to notice it, because now it's starting to stink, which is what we were getting at with James' example.
The toothbrush, right? But I was saying that also that to kind of reference, we've talked about on here about those daily things that you're supposed to be doing to kind of keep it fresh. Those connecting, through your physical touch, where you're doing a 30-second hug, or you're kissing and praying for each other and sending the text messages. It's important to get those things into your routine, to where you can keep, because it keeps you. Everything is going to be pretty much the same routine, but the conversation may be different that you have that day. But you're putting forth an effort in trying, and you're not just sitting and existing. That's really the idea I'm trying to get across, because you don't want to feel like you look up, even if you have kids, once they move out, then it's just the two of them. You don't want to look up 20, 30 years down the line and you're not even friendly with each other. You're just kind of sitting there and existing.
Right.
So you have to put forth effort in
keeping it fresh,
doing something new. Go somewhere else that maybe you've never been before.
Eat something that you've never eaten before.
Absolutely.
Experience new things together. I think that's really big, making it something a little different. And wives, you don't always have to be the one running the show and planning the whole event and that type of thing.
Yeah, fellas, you gotta step it up.
Yeah, guys, you have to do it too. And I think in most cases, not all cases, but in most cases, I'm sure women are the planners and they, think of all these great date night ideas. But I don't want you to stop doing that, wives, because you should do that too.
Absolutely.
But guys, do it as well. Trade off. This is your week. This is my week. This is your month. That's your month. Whatever the case may be, so that it does stay fresh. And everybody, when I say everybody, of course, I mean the two of you, are participating in keeping it that way. And don't allow, I think sometimes when we get into that, roommate zone, that becomes just another wedge, or it's something else that creates space between us, and it just moves us further and further apart because that wedge gets bigger and bigger. And if you don't notice it, then you can't work at removing it or making it smaller for that matter. So just being able to realize what's going on and what to do to fix it.
And here's another idea. How about hanging out with different people? I mean, you got your core group of friends, right? But you might incorporate someone that maybe you go to church with, maybe an older couple or something that or someone that reflects kind of what you want to see in your marriage. It's not a bad idea to incorporate some different people in your circle either. So there's a ton of ideas we can think of, but the idea behind this is really just going through the motions, doing the same thing, and then really not realizing how far you drifted apart before it's too late.
Because the drift is very subtle, and you don't always realize it, and before you know it, you're out in the middle of the ocean. So
that's kind of the idea we had with it. We don't want y'all out there flapping, going through the motions.
Being roommates.
Yes.
Enjoy the benefits of this marriage.
Do it. It was meant for you to be together. I can't say that enough. Be together. And together and having fun. Marriage is fun.
Yes.
Contrary to what you might hear sometimes, it is definitely fun. You got a best friend, or you should have a best friend that you can do anything and say anything to. Right?
There you go.
So, there you have it. We wanted to leave this with you. Please, please, please share this with someone that you think may be able to use it. And even if they don't think they need it, send it to them anyway.
There you go.
Follow us on our social media platforms, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. We're going to be putting this up on YouTube as well. And you can listen to this on also the Apple Podcasts and Spotify.
Right.
All right. Well, there you have it. Until next time, do the best you can until you know better. And when you know better, do better. I'm James Lee.
And I'm Tasha Lee.
We'll talk to you soon.
Bye.
Peace.